Well, baseball exists, and we're back and live for it. Hello, everybody. I'm your host of the Crazy Corn Show, Danthecornman, and today we are looking at the side of things for the baseball season as it has gotten underway in Nebraska. Oh, dang it. My stupid Big Ten Plus locked me up. How dare they? All right. So Nebraska has a 3-game sweep on the Penn State Nittany Lions. Nittany Lions, I think, as they're called. They'll be playing up against the Kansas Jayhawks today. Over on Big Ten Plus, for those who want to watch, is on Big Ten Plus. Kansas coming off of a 3-game winning streak off the Utah Utes, 12-14, 14-9, and 13-9 as well. So as we get ready and get set for this one, they'll have their starting lineups and everything coming up here in a moment, as this game is set to have first pitch in about 4 minutes. It's been a minute since I've seen you all. Haven't seen you all since Nebraska lost against Iowa. I have to say, still upset about it. Still very, very upset about it. But batting order for the Jayhawks: Jordan Bach, Cade Baldridge, Tyson LeBlanc. You know what? I'll just get him off the damn stats list. Get him off of there. All right, so at right field, Jordan Bach, second base, Cade Baldridge, shortstop, Tyson LeBlanc, left field, Brady Bollinger, center, Augusto Margareta, center field, Tyson Owens, the designated hitter, Max Solis Jr., Josh Dykoff is at first base, Dylan Schwaderback is at third, and Cannon Carr is tonight's pitcher. For the Huskers, Moyer Mack, center fielder, Worley Jeter at center, Case Sanderson at first base, and Dylan Carey the shortstop, and Miller or... No, I'm just going to stop there. Pitching for the Huskers is Gavin Blackwicks. Here we go. Let's get underway here for some Husker baseball today. Huskers getting ready to get set here. Let's scoot closer. And getting underway here. And is now about to get underway here. Bach steps up to the plate for his first one. Here's the pitch. And gets in there for a 1 ball. Jordan Bach, 1-0. Kansas up here. Here's the pitch. Swings and a foul back. Back into the neck for Bach. 326 on the season. Huskers in their traditional red or white striped uniforms. Here's the 1-1 swing and a miss. We 1-2 count coming up here. It's outside for ball 2. 2-2 is the count for the Huskers.
Here's the pitch.
And outside ball 3.
3-2
count.
Here we go.
Getting set now.
Pitch
outside. That's going to be ball 4 and a walk for Bach on his first of the night. First at bat of the night. Goes up there to first base on a walk. Huskers so far in a 10-game winning streak overall thus far in this stretch of the season.
Here's the
pitch from Blackowitz, and it's clipped for a base and gets up, throws it to second, will not get the throw off to first, but that is the first out of the inning. First out of the inning. Well, pop fly in the air by LeBlanc, and it's caught by the Huskers. And that's going to be out number 2. Up to the plate now, Bollinger. .287 on the year. Inside there for a strike. 0-1 is the count. On the count to Bollinger. Outside. 1-0. Or 1-1. Here's the pitch, and clips this one as it swung into left field. It gets down for a base hit. The runner from first will advance over to third. And 2-1 for the Jayhawks here with 2 outs in the first. Two on for the Jayhawks here. First and third. Blackowitz getting awaiting the batter. Here's first pitch is way up and high for a ball. What? Gabrietta, I think that's his name. Yeah, Cypher results. Bulgaria 305. Here are 305 on the season so far. And a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swings and goes foul. That'll be 1-2 coming up. 14 pitches in for Blackowitz. So far he's given up 2 on the plate. Here's a pitch from Blackowitz on the 1-2. Swing and gets off jumps off of the pitcher's mat, gets up to the second baseman. That's Dylan Carey. He'll grab the ball and get the third out of the inning. Go to the middle of the first here at Hawks Field. And blank zeros so far. But Kansas does pick up a hit. So no runs, a hit, and no errors on this side. As it's one, it's nothing here in the middle of the first.
They got
their guys warming up here on the mound. Memorial Stadium in the back center of the, just straight back overlooks the ballpark of Hawks Field. And a really nice looking place to sit. Kansas still doing their warm-ups in the outfield. A couple of guys throwing the ball into the back of the outfield. So here we go. Mac Moyer, Jeter Worthley, Case Anderson, Dylan Carey, Micah Miller, the first five up for Nebraska. And here we go. Carr, the right-handed pitcher for the Kansas Jayhawks, coming up here. Here we go. Here we go. Set here for the bottom of the first, Huskers. Try to get something rocking and rolling here. Carr, 14 games and 2 starts, 2-1 record with an ERA of 2.67. Not a bad start. So here we go. Moyer up first. Here for the Huskers. Here's the 0 count. And Moyer taps it up to the shortstop. Is going to pick it up and instantly throw it to first, and that'll be one down here for the Huskers. So first out down. Coming up here next. And that's Worthley. Here we go, first one up, and that's going to be ball one in there for the Huskers. Jeff Worthley, 304 average, has 90 RBIs on the season. Here's pitch to Worthley again. That is right down the pipe. It's going to be for strike one. And a 1 count here. Here we go, 1-1, and gets down there for a strike. That's going to be 1-2 count. Here's pitch to Carr, and that's way outside. That's going to be 2-0. That's going to be a 2-2 count. Coming up here for the Cornhuskers. Worthley sets himself in the box. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Oh my goodness, that was low and way outside. And Carr gets Worthley swinging, so nobody coming up on base for Nebraska. And up next,
Man,
Carr got a really nasty ball on that one. Got Worthley chasing it. Case Sanderson up next for the Huskers.
Here's
the pitch.
Outside,
ball one.
One
outside Sanderson, that's 1-0.
Case
Sanderson,
362,
24 RBIs, and 1 home run on the season.
Gets
in there for that pitch, gets in there for a strike, so 1-1 is count.
The
1-1 to Sanderson.
Ball two
in there. 2-1 Sanderson.
Still up
there now. Carr only 9 pitches in thus far.
Here's
the pitch and gets in there. Actually missed tie that time. That's going to be 3-1 count. 3-1 here. Kansas trying to extend their winning streak. Here on a Tuesday evening. Here's the pitch. Up high, that's ball 4. And Sanderson walks. Sanderson walks here, 2 outs in the inning. And coming up next for the Huskers. Dylan Carey. Here's a pitch outside, 1 ball. 1-0 count here. Dylan Carey, 389, 44 RBIs, and 8 home runs on the season. Outside ball 2. Trying to keep it away from batter zone. Attempting to get Dylan to chase. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1 count. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swings it high, gets it up there. Into center, tracking it down, and caught it for the final out of the inning. And that's going to be the end of the first inning. Nothing ball game in the first inning. No runs, no hits, but a walk and no errors to account for here in this inning. The Huskers trots onto the field to play defense now. The scoreboard says, attention, please be on the lookout for foul balls or broken bats. Because apparently people aren't smart enough to do that themselves. And now they pull up commercials, but still get a nice view of the ballpark. Getting a nice view of the ballpark there so far tonight. The A's and Yankees will meet tonight, and they're already underway in that game. As here we come. Trying to find the other cars. I was watching a little bit today. I was watching a little bit of that Washington game earlier today. So.
No,
All
all
right, so Tyson Owens.
Coming up
Here,
here,
291. 291 average on the year. That's going to be in there for a ball. 1-1 is the count. One-two count so far. Tyson Owens, the center fielder, 281, 25 RBIs, and 5 home runs, and slaps this one into left field as chasing back for it and makes the catch near the track. And that's going to be the first out of the second inning. I need to be better at this.
So
first out down here for the Jayhawks. Upcoming now. Solis Jr. Here's first pitch from Blackowitz down there. That's in their first strike. Max Solis Jr. There's a pitch and pops it up into the field. That's going foul. Right behind it is the catcher who's going to try and make that catch. Does. And the Huskers grab the second out of the inning. Second inning out.
A very
anticlimactic try here for Solis. Now coming down here. First pitch to Dykoff. To Dykoff is in their first strike. And fouls that one back. It's going to be 0-2 coming up. Dykoff 262 on the year for the Jayhawks. Playing against number 19, Nebraska.
Here's the pitch,
and low, and it's a low tapper for the strike three. Has to throw it over the first, completes the strikeout, and the Huskers will come to the top, to the bottom of the second. Coming up here in a moment. So nothing done, so nothing there for the Jayhawks. Still have the one hit. Right now, you got a lot going on here in college baseball. Rutgers beating Seton Hall 12-6. They're at the bottom of the 8th right now. Big Ten. Penn State 10-5 over FDU. They're at the bottom of the 4th inning as well. And also in this, let's see. Purdue down to Bradley 2-0. I think it's so unfair that one guy has to play against an entire school. Poor Bradley. At least he's winning. At least he's winning. So here we go. They're coming back here. Huskers averaging in the last couple of the midweek success. 7-0 midweek games. 8.9 runs per game with a 369 rate. Keeping opponents down to 213 batting average of the midweeks. Miller coming up here for the Huskers. Carr still up for pitching here. He's 15 pitches in.
Here's the first pitch.
And coming down for the butt and pulls back in time, and that's going to be 1-0 count.
1-0 count here for
the Huskers. It's Micah Miller. Here's a pitch from Carr. Swing and a miss. Or fouls it, excuse me. Fouls it off. It's going to be 1-1 count.
Here's the pitch up high.
That's going to be 2-1.
Here's
the pitch again. And Miller swings that one as it goes to the left, gets down for a base hit, and he'll get all the way down first to the Huskers, already on base here in the bottom of the second. Micah Miller on base already for Nebraska. Buck comes up for the Huskers. .336 for Buck as the first pitch from Carr goes in there. That's going to be 0-1. Jeff Buck, 336, 33 RBIs, 7 home runs in the year as Carr throws back to first. It does not look like it's in time.
I apologize for the echo. I'm sorry for the echo. I didn't realize I had another... Oh. Oh, yeah, I was echoing. I hope that's better. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize I had that on. One and one. Low count here, and that's going to be a 2-1 count here for Nebraska. Sorry, Diego. Again, apologies. Did I not get it all? Let me know if it's better. 2-2 off the foul. Two one off the foul here, or 2-2 the count here. Here's the pitch and swings him back for another foul, trying to keep the plate alive here for Buck. What's the video capture device? Desktop audio. Sorry about the echo. I'm not sure why that's doing that, so hang on. Got an idea about that. Let me do this. Don't see any other ones. Sorry about the echo. I'm not sure why it's doing that. It wasn't doing that last time I did this. Here's a pitch, swing, and a 3-2. Hello there, True North. Yeah, trying trying to keep it live. Oh, you're watching the Jays game. Okay, I get that. Buck swings and misses. Dadgummit. Buck swings and misses. That's strike 3, and that's going to put the... That's going to put the second, or is that the first out of this? He was at that plate for a long time. I think that's the first one. Yeah, it's only the first out. Joshua Overbeek coming up next for the Huskers. How are the Jays doing? I'm not happy that your Jays swept my A's. Here's the throw back to first as Miller gets back. Miller gets back to first on time. Joshua Overbeek, 260 on the year for Nebraska. Here's the pitch. And 1-0, Joshua Overbeek. 260, 12 RBIs, and a home run for Josh Overbeek. As he... No, they lost in the Elite Eight right after they beat Nebraska. 1-1 the count. One and one the count here. The pitch. Swing and a miss from Overbeek. That's going to be 1-2. Carr, 31 pitches in as the at-bat against Buck lasted pretty good long time. Here's the 1-2 to Overbeek. Gets set. Here's the pitch. And low ball. That's going to be ball 2, 2-1. And Miller's going to stay all the way at first. Miller looking to try to get to second here. Yep, 3 weeks. Kind of picking the Niners. I'm kind of hoping the Niners grab a tackle at 27. Here's the pitch again. Overbeek fouls it away. That's going to be still 2-2. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Down low, and that's going to be 3-2. Miller still staying at first after the couple of drops that Miller or the catchers had for the Jayhawks. Getting set here. And foul ball there back for Nebraska remains 3-2. Uh-oh. Sorry, Jets. Enjoy Geno Smith. Clap for you guys. Enjoy him. How did you convince him to sign back with you? Overbeek. And they pitches it back to first, but gets back in time, does Miller, as he still stays on first. As we're still here at the bottom of the second. Three-two count here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ball that gets into left or right field. Gets down for a base hit. Miller on his way to second will stop there. And the Huskers grab 2 on with 1 out here in the second inning. And Carr starting to struggle here a little bit for Nebraska, for Kansas. Here we go. Getting those guys are getting their Getting set here. First pitch here gets out there for a ball. That's going to be 1 ball and no strike. That's Grego. 325 on the year. Waiting his second ball to him. Here's a pitch down low, and that's ball 2. Well, yeah, 0 because I mean, look, if they truly wanted a quarterback, they could have actually drafted one, but Gino knows they're too stupid to. Grego swings and misses. 2-1 for Nebraska. Do you think there could have been a negative chance? Interesting thought process. 3-1 outside for Nebraska. Getting ready and set here again. Here's the pitch and up top, and that's going to be ball 4. Huskers have now the bases loaded. Coming up now, Brett Stokes. Huskers looking to try and grab a couple of runs here. Let's see. All right, come on, Stokes. Grand slam, grand slam, grand slam, grand slam. Stokes is all ready to go, and now they're coming off, and now here comes. We got a mound meeting coming up here for Kansas. Now they're at the mound. Carr 41 pitches into this point. It's only the bottom of the 2nd inning. Nebraska with a couple of walks here. And a hit as well. Nebraska now trying to play this right here. Getting a good look at the Kansas bullpen. Brett Stokes, get set here. Here we are. Getting set now for Carr. Pitch number 42 coming up. Here's the pitch. Stokes lets that one go down for a ball outside the zone. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Swings it, goes foul into left. In the left for foul. That's 1-1. As they get ready to get back here. 3 on for the Huskers. Here we go. Here's the pitch. And that's another low ball. That's going to be 2-1. Two-one count here. Stokes set. Here's the pitch. Swings it and fouls it back. That's going to be 2-2. 4 pitches into this one. As here we go. Come and set here. Here's the pitch. And gets rung up, strike 3. Gets caught looking there, and that's strike 3 for the Huskers. And now Carr starting to get back on track here, though I don't think he's going to be lasting for very long. Yikes. Nobody... Who really wants to actually eat a ballpark hot dog? Or a hot dog at any kind of like amusement park? I don't think anybody would. I certainly don't. 0-1 is the count to Moyer. Moyer hits this one into left field, gets through for a base hit. Here comes Miller. Here comes Overbeek. They both score for Nebraska. Huskers grab 2. Huskers grab a 2-0 lead as Moyer puts that one into the field, and the Huskers now have another couple of guys coming up here. Worthley. And Jeter Worthley, oh my lord, Jeter Worthley gets hit with 2 outs here in the second, and now there's all 3 of them on again. And now Nebraska with bases loaded again, and Case Sanderson coming up. Last at bat, he got walked. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball 1. Carr 50 pitches deep at this point, and we're still in the second inning. 24 RBIs and a home run for Case Anderson. Let's make it number 2 here. Here's the pitch. Swings and misses for strike 1. Does he have a concussion now? Sanderson fouls it back. That's going to be 1-2. Welcome to baseball season. One and 2 count. Sanderson. Here's the pitch. And that that nearly hit him. 2-2 count. Still here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. Swings it. That one moves foul. Yeah, it goes foul. Two count again. 54 pitches deep for Carr now. Here's the pitch. Fouls it again. On the 2-2, here comes Carr's pitch and swings, and it is just picked up by the first baseman, and that'll go out there. And nothing. So, but 2 runs picked up for Nebraska as they leave a couple on base. And now Huskers grab 3 hits that inning. And so far, 5 left on base. How are my athletics doing? I think we should take a look at that. Huskers getting their warm-ups on their side of the field. And nearly just dropped my phone. Major League Baseball. And of course the Yankees are beating the A's. Why shouldn't I be shocked? Why shouldn't I be? Blankowitz getting his reps back up. Yes, here comes the defense for Nebraska. Kansas Jayhawks 12-2 over the last 14 games. And as they'll get their next guy up, here's the first pitch. And pops this one up. First base is tracking it down and makes the catch. Actually, it's a second baseman. That's Dylan Carey. And that's the first out for the inning. Just tracking them down, making good decisions. A little bit of a calm day here. Here's the pitch to Bach. And that's going to be down there for a strike. Jordan Bach. And the pitch down to him, and that's going to be outside. It's a ball 1 as he kind of rolls away from the catcher there. 1-1 the count now. Blankowitz 27 pitches in thus far. Here's the pitch, and up top that's going to be one. That's going to be a 2-1 count. Yeah, the whole space thing. Yeah, they're having a terrible week. Remember, it's all green screens. They're faking it. 2-2 count for Bach now. And Blankowitz trying to... Here's the pitch. And that goes outside. Nearly got hit on that one. That's going to be 3-2. Some of those photos they took were really cool. Just remember, everything is a conspiracy theory. Here's a little pop into left field. And that's going to be down for a base hit as the Jayhawks grab another hit on the field. 2-0 the count, or sorry, excuse me, 0-0 the count, first with 1 out and a man on. Second hit allowed today by Nebraska. Kansas here at the top of the third. Here's the pitch. In their first strike. Baldridge. Here's a pitch to Baldridge. Swings and misses. And that's strike 2. Cubs 4, Rays 2. That's in the 5th. Here's the 0-2 to Baldridge, and that is outside for a ball. 1-2. So there we go. 2-0 the count here. Or, sorry, excuse me, 2-2 the count here. I keep looking at the damn scoreboard. Number 19, Nebraska versus Kansas here. Top of the third, 2-2. Here's the pitch. And clips this one. That one's going into right field. Or, excuse me, that's at center, and it's caught. The cameraman fooled me there for a minute, and that's the second out gone here in the inning. Here we go. There you go. Got that stupid thing off me. 2. Here we go. LeBlanc is up for the Jayhawks. Here's the pitch, and that's outside for the first ball. Tyson LeBlanc. Here's the pitch. And drops and rolls forward, and we'll have their guys stay at first. The 1-0 count. The pitch. And gets in there for a strike that time. 2-1. Here's the pitch, swings, and that one goes foul. 2-2 count here for Blackowitz, trying to get the final out to go to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Huskers. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Or did they say he went? No, they said he swung and missed. And that's going to get the Huskers out of the inning. And a 2-0 lead. As we'll go to the bottom of the third here. So just a second hit put up there in the inning for the Jayhawks. Getting set now here, the Jayhawks on the field, and now they're running into their warm-ups as well. Oh, you guys are down 2 to the Dodgers, True North. Yikes. And you guys lost last night. Eesh. So you're down 2-0 to the Dodgers. Not a great start for you guys. But just remember, anybody can get a win against the A's. Anyone could get a win. A's have a couple of guys on second and third. So that's fun. And Nick Kurtz. Kurtz. Nick Kurtz. I'm not saying the other thing. He's at bat for the A's. So, yeah. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. I got somebody that I got a guy that's very invested into that game right now because he knows I'm an A's fan, I think. I think he knows. He does know. I've told him so. So, Ryan Ritter is the new pitcher for the Kansas Jayhawks. Here we go. Here's the pitch to begin to Dylan Carey. That's going to be swung, tipped, and fouled back for 0-1. Dylan Carey, the shortstop. Here's the pitch. Dylan Carey clips this one. That's going into right field. Able to glove it is the right fielder for Kansas, and that's going to be the first out down here at the bottom of the third. One 0. Here's the pitch. Outside, that's going to be 1-0. Mike and Miller, the next batter up for Nebraska. Here's the pitch. Mike and Miller, 1 for 1 in the afternoon, had a single earlier in the second. And that's first strike down. Oh, and the A's grab 2 runs. Let's go. Let's go. One here to Mike and Miller, and that's going to go down there for a ball. That's 2-1. Here's the pitch. And Miller swings this one. That's going into center field, and it's gloved, and that's going to be out number 2 for Nebraska. Here in the bottom of the third. So here we go. Buck up for Nebraska, 0-1 on the night. Check swing. Yeah, go for the first strike. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be ball 1. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch again. That's going to be way outside, 2-1. The Big Ten Plus guys who's ever running it has Ritter at 65 pitches, even though he just came into the game. Buck gets a hit here, but it's going to bounce and be grabbed by the third baseman, who's going to glove it and throw it all the way down to first for the final out of the inning. And that'll bring us to the top of the fourth. That brings us to the top of the fourth. We'll take our first pause for the cause. We'll be right back. Back here, the Huskers, as they go back to their series history against Kansas. Series history with the Huskers leading 150 to 104. Here's a pitch, and that's the first strike there to Ballinger. Blackowitz 42 pitches into this point. Here's the pitch again, and that's going to be outside this time, 1-1. Here in the top of the fourth. Huskers have a 2-0 lead, and the A's have a 3-1 lead now. Swing and a miss there for Ballinger. That's going to make him 1-2 on the day. Swing and a miss that time for Ballinger, and he'll strike out there. And that'll be the first out of the inning for him. As the Jayhawks do their thing here at the top of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Mungarita. Munga. Mungarita. Okay. Getting set now, looking for it. Here's the pitch. And swings and misses. That's going to make it 0-2. 0-2 coming up here. Here's the pitch. It has to dive for the ball. Grabs it. That's going to make it 1-2. A's up 3-1 going to the middle of the third. Here's the 2-0 count. The pitch, swing and a miss. That time struck him out. Two more, add another strikeout to Blackowitz's, or however you say it, to his numbers. And suddenly I'm buffering. So we're just going to refresh it here. Tygon Owens now in this game for the Jayhawks. 2-1-1 is the count now. Here's a 2-1 count. Oh, come on. That's enough. Oh, I love technology. Outside pitch, that's going to be 3-1 the count. And now ball four walk gets Kansas at first. And another ball that time. Blackowitz has 56 pitches in now as Solis Jr. is up for the Jayhawks. Coming up now, and that fouls it off, and that's going to be 1-1. Yes, OBS, I get it. You're very upset. You're very, very upset. One and one the count. And a stolen base for Kansas. Solis Jr. still up there 2-1 now. 2-1 the count here for Kansas. As the Huskers try to take this to the fourth. That gets in there for a strike that time, as that'll be 2-2. Three-two count here. Here's the pitch. Swings in. That one's popped. That one's going into left field and is able to grab the out, and that'll do it for the inning. And the Huskers escape that one. And that'll take us to the bottom of the fourth. So nothing there. Walk at a stolen base got Kansas up to second in the previous inning, but nothing there for them to capitalize much on. Very anticlimactic stream mostly. Just chill and calm today. Here we go. Coming back now from their little break. All right, here we go. As they continue to make fun of Nebraska's weather. Here's the first pitch to Josh Overbeek. And that's a 1-0. What the heck? Oh. Here we go. Here's the pitch outside. And that's ball 2. 2-0 count to Josh Overbeek. And they finally fixed his pitching numbers. Had him at like 60 sub pitches earlier. Now he's at 12. Here's the pitch. Outside 3-2. (3-2) count. Or sorry, 3-0 count. Why am I saying 2? Probably because Nebraska has 2. 2 runs, that is. Here we go. 3-0 count. Ritter's pitch. And gets away, but it's going to be ball 4 anyway. And on to first goes Joshua Overbeek. Going down, that's 1-0. Really? Don't you guys have like a lot of weird names up there in Canada? I'm just saying. Here's the pitch down low. That's going to be 1 and... did he count as a strike? No, that's a ball. Ball 1. 1-0. Drew Grego up now for Nebraska. Here's the pitch. Tries to put in the bunt position. That's going to be an attempt, and that's going to be strike 1. One and 1. Here's the pitch. And strike 2. As that one also gets in there for a strike. Two-0 count here. Here's the pitch, and swings and slices that one foul. It'll be 1 and 2. One and 2 coming up here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Swings and hits this one. That one's gonna be popped up into center, and that's gonna be grabbed for out number 1. Grego flies out. And that's the end of him for now. And coming up now here. Oh, thrown out. Get into a fight with the ump. Ump didn't like it. What do you think of the new ABS system? Ball fouled back by Stokes. That's 0-1. Here's the pitch and throws it back to first as Overbeek stays. And still 0-1. Here's the pitch to Stokes, and it's bunted by Stokes, going up the line, trying to throw it to first, gets it in time. I think he got that in time. Overbeek goes to second. So put one down. Oh, the replacement refs. I totally forgot about those. I completely forgot about the replacement ref situation. Granted, we do have till what, August preseason starts? I don't know. I don't know if they'll come to a deal by then. I need to check and see like what they're bargaining for. Oh, and 1 the count here. Here's the pitch. Swings it back, and that's going to be 0-2 count. Excuse me, I forgot to change this. It's Moyer up to bat. He's the one that got Huskers a couple of runs earlier. So added him a couple of RBIs on the season. Here's the pitch. Swings and fouls it back again. Still 0-2. Still 0-2. Awaiting. Here's the pitch to Moyer. Moyer, and that's going to be outside. 1-2. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. My only wish would be for Angel Hernandez to come back for 1 year. Just 1 year. Just so he could have had that under him. Here's the pitch. And slings this one. It goes foul. Right into the Huskers bullpen. Or not bullpen, the little box. Moyer's still trying to grab something. 2 outs here. Moyer trying to get the Huskers a couple more runs. Here's the pitch. And swings and misses that one, and that's going to be the 3rd out. We'll go to the 5th. Go to the 5th here. Huskers not able to grab any runs in that inning, which is disappointing. Excuse me. But yeah, if I could have Angel Hernandez for 1 more year, because I kind of, hold on, because I kind of miss him a little bit. I miss him so I could watch players crash out over how terrible he would call balls and strikes. I really wish. Oh, and 2, or 2-0. Huskers lead here at the end of the 4th. Insofar as this, come on, back up here as they're going to Show Blackowitz striking out a bunch of Jayhawks. Still keep him in the game. Four strikeouts so far for him today. And coming up to bat here for Kansas now, Dykhoff. So there you go. That gets set. Oh, Aaron Hernandez would get in fights. Oh my gosh, Dykhoff hits one deep into left field. Going to have to go back to the track, and now coming back to it this time, and he drops the ball. Drops the ball. The right field picking it up as the center. This is going to be a triple. No! And apparently the wind brought that ball back. It was about to go out of the park. Schlottenbach coming up here for Kansas. Schlottenbach here for Kansas coming up. 1-0 count thus far. Here's the pitch. And this time he hits it. It bounces now. Tacking up and running to the plate now and is safe at home, and Kansas scores a run. So staying on the bag and then scoring. And Kansas with a run. Still 3-1. Very good. Very good. Blackowitz 64 pitches in here in the top of the fifth. Kansas puts a run on. Here's the pitch, and that goes outside for ball one. Trying to get a hold of himself. Jordan Bach up here for Kansas, the right fielder. Here's the pitch. Swings it this time and does not get through. Looking for the double play. There's one and there's two. Huskers grab their double play, getting themselves out of even more trouble than what they were looking at. Nearly sent a homer up there. Instead, it went for a triple. And then he went 1, 2, and 3. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate it. Just felt like a Husker baseball day today. Felt like a Husker baseball day today. Here's the pitch here, and that's going in there for a strike. Also, King Jamie, I appreciated your Kansas City Chiefs a while ago, though I didn't want to admit it, for taking Kenneth Walker from the Seahawks. He was starting to get annoying. My only regret is now he's going to be annoying with you. But thanks anyway. Thanks for taking that problem out of our hands. Cade Baldridge up here for Kansas, 1-1 out of the double play. Here's the pitch, swings, and that one gets through. Or no, it does not get through. They called it foul. Excited about Kansas. Is he actually going to wear the number 9? Because I thought there was somebody else that wore 9 for you guys. Thought there was somebody else. One and two, the count here for Blackowitz. Here's the pitch. Swings it this time, gets up there, having to chase it down, throws it down to first, and on the line that time. That gets the final out of the inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the fifth here. Huskers stay up 1-0. And let's see. Juju Smith-Schuster wore 9, but oh, okay, yeah, that's right. He might be the one I'm thinking of. So Kansas updates their hit count to 4. Huskers still up 2-1 at this point. Still good, though. Juju Smith-Schuster. I wonder what he's up to these days. Was he on the Steelers or something? Now I gotta check that. Still 3-1 A's. They're at the bottom of the fourth right now. Let's see. Juju Smith-Schuster. He currently, does he have a team he's on now? Oh, wait, what? Is he on the Chiefs still? Oh, yeah, he's still on the Chiefs. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so he had a career with the Steelers. I knew he was on the Steelers at some point, but... And now... Oh, that's a beautiful shot of Memorial Stadium. Absolutely stunning. Bottom of the fifth coming up here, and now who's pitching for those pesky Jayhawks? And that's in there for a strike. It's still Ritter. Ritter still pitching for the Jayhawks, and now Worthley up to bat for the Huskers. Check swing this time. And they say he does not go. That's a 1-1. Yep. Yeah, no doubt. He's still a good receiver, whether people want to admit it or not. He was on the he was in Kansas City in 22, went to the Patriots in 23, and for the last 2 years he's been with the Chiefs. 1-2 for Kansas. Here's the pitch and goes up for a ball. That's 2-2. 2-2 count here. Nebraska trying to add runs here to try and get themselves a little bit of a bigger lead. 10-game winning streak for Nebraska to this point. Here's the pitch. Worthley gets it up the middle here. Let's see if he can make it. It's juggled by the second baseman, and Worthley will get to first. We'll see if they count that one as an actual hit for the Huskers. I would say maybe so. I think he might have already made it, but we'll see. Or he was going to make it either way. All right, here we go. So much so. Here comes Case Sanderson now for Nebraska. 0 for 1 on the day. Ritter, here's the pitch. That goes low. That's going to be ball 1. Feels like 41 degrees outside. I can confirm it really does feel pretty cold outside. especially for April. Here's the pitch. Up top, that's going to be ball 2. Across the line on that one. Here we go again. Worthley leading off a first here. Maybe a little too far. Here's the pitch from Ritter, and that gets in their first strike. That's going to be 2-1. And we'll see if Worthley wants to steal here. I mean, you got no outs. I mean, I think this would be a good place you try to steal in. Here you go. The pitch, low, and that's 3-1. So, leading at the count now. Just ahead of it here. Getting set here. Bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Sanderson. That's going to be ball 4 that time, and the Huskers will grab 2 on. Case Sanderson goes on base. No outs and 2 on for Nebraska off of one walk and a hit by Worthy. Dylan Carey coming up for Nebraska. And we got time here. And we got a mound meeting, everybody. Mound meeting set up by Kansas. That's their second one of the day. Checking on his pitcher, Ritter. They look up to Dylan Carey, who's coming up next for Nebraska. Back up here. In other news, la-di-da-do. All right. Oh no, the count here. Nebraska having their own little meeting here. Meeting with Carey. What? All right, so let's take a look at more baseball scores, because why the hell not? Oh, now they want to come back. Okay. Okay, the A's are apparently still up 3-1. Carey gets a little bit of a hit here. It's going to be a double play. Dropped to first, or got to second. Trying to go back to first. Nothing doing on that one. Drops the ball. But 1 out gone, but the Huskers have runners on the corners now. Huskers looking and scoring position here. I mean, a little fly ball. A little fly ball would do a lot here. Runners on the corners here. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1. That's to Miller. Miller up there for the Skurs. Come set, here's the pitch. Swings it. Miller got with this one going back and to the center field, grabs it. Incoming to score is Worthley, and the Huskers plate another run to make it 3. So a sac fly gets the Huskers another run. 3-1 here, 2 outs. A good start here. Keeping it up. Here's the pitch to Buck, who's going to swing this one. Trying to see if he can get it down, chasing after it, and it goes foul. Goes foul. A couple of kids running after it. Now off and back with it. Buck at the plate for Nebraska. 0-1 the count. A man on first. The 0-1 to Jet. Here it is. And that gets up top and high. That's going to be 1 ball. First one. Been a good season overall for Nebraska after a 5-5 start. Been on a couple of hot winning streaks. Here's the pitch to Buck, who fouls it back. Florida up 2-1 on the Canadians at the moment. Red Wings and Blue Jackets are tied at 2. And the Hurricanes over the Bruins 5-3. Cubs are beating the Rays 6-0. Here's the 1-2 to Buck. And nearly gets hit, nearly got clocked in the shoulder, was able to avoid it. And that's going to be 2-2. 2-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and they got him. That'll do it for the inning there as they'll go to the 6th. But the Huskers able to play another run. And they'll come up there. Going to the top of the 6th now, the Huskers. Keeping it real. Yes, it will be. Very, very excited. I am kind of excited about that. So I really want to see the United States win that too. Hell, we've been winning a lot of things. So, trying to see who the upcoming pitcher is for Nebraska. I think they took Blackowitz out. I really think they took it. Also, I have a question. Has the CFL started? I haven't really gotten to watch anything of the sort. I haven't gotten to watch anything of the sort so far. Like a favorite dream. Oh no, that starts in June? Oh, I guess it does. Wait, that's 2025. I guess it hasn't started yet. Oh, it starts next month. Okay, okay. The preseason starts next month. Oh, okay. So I don't get actual rosters or anything like that. Ryan Harahill is the new pitcher for Nebraska. Ryan Harahill. Now starting it back up here. So here we go. Here, home of the Lincoln Salt Dogs. And first pitch from Harahill to LeBlanc. That's going to be 1-0 count. Uh-huh. Like a fever dream. Here's the pitch on the 1-0 and slices it foul back to the back wall. 1-1 the count. God damn, it is incredibly cold here. Well, so before I ask, I chose a CFL team to semi-root for because I'm not fully into it and probably won't get fully into it. It's something that I watch on the side as much as I like it. As I just root for Rouges and technically one particular team. The team that I chose was the Saskatchewan Roughriders. What was Jim's team that he picked? Here's the pitch. And foul ball that time, and that's going to still remain a 2-2 count. LeBlanc 0 for 2 on the night. Whoops, hang on. So here we go. Swing and another foul that time. Still remains 2-2. Harahill, his first batter of the 6th. He's already 7 pitches in. 7 pitches in. Here's a pitch, swing, and bounces foul again. One of the longer at-bats in this game. Kansas trying to keep up with Nebraska. 2-2 count. Here's a pitch, and outside 3-2. First time we haven't had a swing and a foul in a while. Harahill is not happy about that last call. Thought that was a strike. Here's a pitch. And LeBlanc swings at this one. Oh my gosh, going back to the wall. And, oh, it's a foul ball. That came awfully close. Oh my goodness. Ten pitches into this at-bat here now. Looking at number 11. And how is that not a strike? How is that not a strike? Nebraska is not happy about that last call. And that's a walk, and Kansas gets on base. Angie's a snooty Montreal fan, and Monty is a Hamilton fan. Well, it suits Monty to be a Montreal fan. Here we go. Here's the pitch. Fouls off, and that's going to be 1, and it's going to be 0-2. 0-2 count to Balling. Don't. Dang it. I hit my cord, and now it's being funky. Here we go. 0-2 the count here. The pitch, and outside, it's going to be 1-2 that time. Here we are. The 1-2. The pitch. Swings, and that one's going into left. That's going to get to the foul zone. Trying to pick it up here. Kansas is looking like they're going to get home with this one, and they do. 3-2 now. Kansas adds a run on the Huskers. And the Jayhawks add 2. 3-2. No outs. And a man on second. Here in the top of the 6th. Harrahill. Here's the pitch. And outside, that will be in for the first ball of the at-bat. Augusto Mungarita, I think. Here's the pitch. And that's in there for a strike. Dude, that was the same pitch they had of the first batter. Here we go. 0-1, or 1-1 to count the pitch, and swings. And that one gets fair, too. As here comes another run, trying to throw it back in time, will not get there, and we're tied now. I'm so what? What? Wait, what? Anyone else in chat having their OCD twitch because of the home plate diamond? Is it? Oh, shoot, it is. Well, ain't called a Crazy Corn Show for nothing. Braxton Stewart looks like he's about to get ready for Nebraska to come up here and start pitching. I guess we can update the hits. Braxton Stewart coming in for the Huskers to begin pitching. That is if sun going down, sun going down here in down in Lincoln as Nebraska still doing their thing. I'm out of water. Hang on. There is no place like Nebraska.
Nebraska, you dear old Nebraska, you.
Yes, I hope you enjoyed the wall. Because it's a big, beautiful wall. Back now, Stewart getting ready for... What the shit? Why are you so short, Cord? Here's the pitch now. And that's in there for a strike. Stewart opening his night up. A man on second for Kansas. As we get here, 3-3. Here's the pitch. Gets in there for another strike this time. Stewart throwing some darts. Couple of high curves, and now 0-2. Here's the top of the sixth. Here's the pitch. Slings that one in. Chasing it is the center fielder. Grabs it, and the runner at second will stay. First out down for the Huskers. Go Huskers. Here we go. Here's Stewart. The pitch. And oh my goodness, that one was high. 4 pitches in thus far. Here's the pitch. And gets in there for a strike that time, 1-1. All right. 1-1 the count. Solis Jr. still up for the Jayhawks. Here's the pitch. And did he go? Check swing him. Looking at a check swing, but the ball got out of the glove of the catcher, and he walks up to third. So Kansas has a guy on. Wait, you're just going to keep it at 1? Okay, no, so they did count it as a strike. Okay. Here's the pitch. And slices it, picked up, and throws it to home, and he gets him out at home. That's the second out for the Huskers. So no lead taker there. The third baseman on it for Nebraska. Second out. It just got him down, and that is how you do it. It keeps the game tied instead of a lead. Here we go. Here's the pitch for the Huskers, and up top, that's going to be ball 1. Kind of throwing it a little bit wild here. Thanks, True North. You got me even seeing it too. Oh, I'm gonna get lasered for that. You know what? I'm gonna make it even worse. I'm gonna make it even worse next week. Just because I frickin' feel like it. 2-1 count now. Dykhoff is up here for the Jayhawks. Here's the pitch. Swing. Pop fly. Go get it, boys. That's into left field. Looking to grab it. Gloves it. And that is the end of the top of the sixth. Go to the mid. I'll just go bottom sixth here. And do. Hey y'all, prepare yourself for the rubber band. Man, you never heard the sound like the rubber band. Man, you're bound to lose control when the rubber band starts to jam. Everything about him seems out of place. All right, so bottom of the sixth coming up here. The Huskers, keeping the game tied, had an important stop in that. Had an important stop with a runner coming home from third. So, putting it on here. They're back now. Here we go now, Huskers. Let's go. So now, Joshua Overbeek coming back up for the Huskers. Try and keep this thing going. In there for a strike that time. That's 0-1, and now it's West pitching for Kansas. Joshua Overbeek, 1-for-1 tonight. Here's the pitch to Overbeek, and that is in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. So, getting ready now. Here's the pitch. And in there for another strike, 2-2 the call. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Has to throw it down to complete the strikeout. Excuse me, I'm a little quiet now. I don't know why. Now I got the first out here. Taking a look at ESPN. See what they'll give me for now. A's still up 3-1 on the Yankees. 3-1. I can't believe we're winning that game. Grego up for the Huskers. Swing and a miss on his first one. That's going to be strike one. Here we go. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. That'll go into right. That'll go in the right stands, and that'll be 1-2. Back up so I can lean up a little bit. The stool I'm sitting on is very uncomfortable. Here we go. Here's the pitch. Swing and another foul back. Another foul back. 1-2. Still the count. Here we come. The set. The pitch here. Swings it, and he's going deep. Grego going to the left field and tracking it down is the right fielder and grabs that one for the second out of the game. You know what? Screw it. Yeah, why the hell not? Why the hell not? And you can clip it. Clip it and share it. You guys have something even crazier go on today. We have to. Here we go. 3-3 call. Here's a pitch. Swing and a foul back. And that's going to be 0-1. Rhett Stokes 0 for 2. A sac bunt in the fourth. West 10 pitches in. Here's the 11th. And swings and another foul back. That'll be 0-2. To the count. Bottom of the sixth. The pitch to Stokes. Swings it at this time, and that'll get down for a base hit into left center. Going to first now. Now trying to see. Nope. Stops his way onto second and goes right back to first. And is able to grab himself first base. Huskers now back into attack mode here with 2 outs here in the sixth. And now because of this, because it's such a good idea, and I'll make a fool of myself out of the internet. Ooh. Here's the pitch to Moyer. 1 for 3 on the day. The one that initially got the Huskers on the board in the second inning with a 2-run single. West, 13 pitches. Here's the 14th. Swings, and that's tipped foul, and that'll be 1-2. Sorry, a 1-1. So, Mac Moyer. And West is going to throw it down to first, and Stokes will be safe there. Nebraska attempting to try and get this thing going even harder. Here's the pitch for Stokes, and that one it's a wild throw and hits Moyer with it, and that'll put 2 up for the Huskers. And now 2 on for Nebraska. Right in the knee, dude. Oof. Yikes. Worthley up for Nebraska. And now we got another meeting coming up here as Will Bolt wants to discuss with Worthley. Huskers with an attempt to take the lead here. We got the Go Big Reds in the house. As here we go. Nebraska trying to grab this. Here we go. Getting set here. Worthley back into the batter's box now. Now trying to get set. The 1-2. Outside. Only you wish. You wish. 1 for 2 for Jeter Worthley. Here's the pitch, and that's another outside pitch, and that's going to be 2-0. Stokes keeps himself at second. 17 pitches in for West. And then there's that one fan I can hear. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's that one fan on screen that's screaming, "Go Big Red," and he's been doing it for about maybe 4 minutes now. Just constantly doing it. Here's the pitch. Down the pipe for a strike that time. 2-1. Really? Oh, Kanye, what a character. Here's the pitch. And Worthley clips this one. This one's going foul, and it just drops before the first baseman can chase it down. Kansas making their little sad trots back. Getting set here is Worthley. The 2-2 count. West, the 20th pitch. Too high, that's ball 3. Full count here, 2-1 and 2 out here for the Huskers, and a full count. Worthley, 1 for 2. West stands in. Sets himself. Takes a look back at Stokes. The pitch, swings it. Worthley slices it. Foul. Slices it foul. And now coming up here for the Jayhawks. West stands in at the plate. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 4, bases loaded for Nebraska. And the Huskers will live another at-bat as Worthley goes to first. You got Stokes at third and another guy at second. The Huskers in prime position here. Prime position here to grab 4 runs. They had this earlier in the second inning and struck out. Case Sanderson coming up here for Nebraska. Moyer at second. Here's the pitch, and that's low for ball 1. Sanderson has 2 walks for today. And a fly out from earlier, and now we're getting a mound meeting. And now we're going to have the Kansas bullpen. Looks like we're going to have somebody else coming in, maybe. West's day might be done. Here at the bottom of the 6th. Kansas has a 6-game winning streak that's on the line tonight. as we get set here. One and 0. The count. West is staying on the mound. They are not taking him out. They are going to keep him in. Despite a bases loaded situation here, the Huskers threatening to take the lead. Here we go. Case Sanderson has a couple of walks himself. 1 and 0 tonight. 1 and 0 the count. The pitch to Case. Swings at that one. And that's going to be a tip foul, and that'll be 1 and 1. A ground out in the second inning. 1 and 1 the pitch. That's a low ball. 2-1 count for Case Sanderson. Kansas having one of their guys, Bode Ray, in the bullpen. That is outside. 3-1 the count. The Huskers threatening a lead here. 3-1 count. Here we go. Might look at this here. The pitch. In their first strike, 3-2. Case Sanderson trying to get himself his third walk of the night or a hit. And this pitch decides the inning here. Unless it's a foul. Here we go, the pitch. And rings him up. That was a high pitch, and he rung him up anyway. And Will Bolt is on the field. Oh, my gosh, here we go. Will Bolt is mad, and he's yelling at the umpire. Nothing doing. Oh, he almost threw him out. He almost threw him out. We almost got ourselves. Oh, that's terrible. Wow. Oh, man. That's terrible. Oh, man. That'll do the inning there. West is able to get out of it, and now Nebraska going to have to chase down another lead. So Huskers, 3 runs on 5 hits, and Kansas, 3 runs on 6 hits to begin this. So here we go, top of the 7th. Huskers tied with the Jayhawks. So here we go. The Athletics and Yankees in the middle of the 7th at the moment as they do their 7th inning stretch. And we're 3 outs away from 1 here. Here we go. Caleb Clark coming in to pitch for the Huskers. Can't find the game for free. I had to get it on Big Ten Plus. There's in there for a strike. 0-1. Sorry, Gage. Here's the pitch again. Swing. That one's popped up and foul. That'll go 0-2 for Kansas. Schlotterbach is in there for the Huskers. Here's a pitch. In there for... No, somehow that's not a strike. They'll call that a ball. Will Bolt is visibly irritated. Never invoke her name here again. Stupid Iowa player. Here's a pitch, and that's low for ball 2. 2-2 count. Two and two. Here's the pitch. And that gets in there. Or no, that doesn't get in there. That's outside again. 3-2 is the count. Full count here for Schlottenbach. The pitch. Swinging and a miss. Got him swinging, and that's the first out of the 7th. Because I'm a man of my word. I'm going to grab. Let's see. Let's see. Hang on. Okay, I have the music up here. 0-1 the count to Bach, who's in the batter's box. Here's the pitch. And a little too low for a strike. That'll be 1-0. Here we go. Here's the pitch. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. Here we go. The pitch. Low 3-1 the count now. Clark, 10 pitches in. With an out here in the 7th. Here's the pitch. That one's a strike now. 3-2 the count. And Bach thought he had a ball 4 there, and honestly, he was kind of right, I think. They gave us a call. Caleb Clark. Here we go. The pitch. Outside ball 4, and now a 1-out walk there for Kansas gets them on base. And now you look at double play options here. An opportunity for Nebraska to get off the field defensively. Dadgummit, this thing is screwing me up. I may need to get a new headset. Here we go. Baldridge over 3 on the day as Clark throws back to first, trying to pick off Bach on first. Here we go. And another pickoff attempt to first. Does not successfully grab it. Here we are. Top of the 7th. Baldridge over 3. Here's the pitch. Grounds it down. Oh, man, that was an opportunity for 2. Didn't get it. And that throw is way offline. And now there's 2 on. And that's going to be an error. And Kansas. Oh, man. Just got off. Getting off rhythm now is Nebraska. And now a mound meeting for Nebraska. Will Bolt coming up to Clark. They'll gather around, see what they're going to do now. And because it's kind of getting colder in here, I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit. Back here now. Kevin Manell is, as we have a pitching change here. The Huskers now trying to grab these final 2 outs here. Here we go. Well, block up to bat. Here's the first pitch and a little butt style, and it goes back foul. So that'll be strike 1. Here we go. 0-1 the count here. Manell, pitch, and gets it with his foot, trying to go to first with it. Does get it, and that's going to be the first, or the second out there. Runners advance up to second and third. Just hits him in the leg, and he's able to get it. able to pick it up and throw it back to first. 2 outs here. And we're getting ready here. Here we go. And Huskers intentionally walk Bollinger to first. And now the bases are loaded. An intentional walk gets him to first. As the last batter had 2 hits, swing and a miss on the first one, strike 1. Bases loaded here for Kansas off of an intentional walk. Manel doing what he can here. First swing is a miss. Here's a second one. And that's outside 2 balls. Or 1 ball. First one. Augusto Margarita. Peanut butter. Nothing compares to a peanut butter M&M. And Manoon, and oh my gosh, a little shot, but it drifts foul. Otherwise, that might have been gone. 1-2 the count now. But yeah, definitely peanut butter M&Ms. I will take those. Here we go. 1-2. The pitch, swing, and a base hit. Here comes runs. 1 run comes in. Second run is gonna, he comes in. 2 runs come in for Kansas. The Jayhawks lead 5-3. And now Kansas up 5-3 on Nebraska. And they're already doing another pitching change. What? Why? Why? Huskers are done with Manel. Nebraska has given up a ridiculous total of 7 hits tonight. Just ridiculous. So, here we go. What does it say? Jalen? I don't know. I guess we'll come back. When they come back, we'll find out. I'm trying to read it off the scoreboard, but it's too far away and I can't see the damn name. It's like Jalen something and I can't see it. Incredible. Jalen Worthley is back. He's pitching. I guess he is a pitcher. Oh, boy. Here we go. Setting back up here. As here we come, Nebraska and Kansas. Back here at the top of the 7th. Come on. Let's end this inning. Please, this is not going well. Here we come. Owens up to bat for Kansas. Runners on first and third. The first pitch from Worthley in there for a strike. And from Worthy, Tyson Owens. Jalen Worthley. The pitch. And get him on swinging there. There's 0-2 the count. And now here we go. One more out for me, everybody. Come on. The pitch gets him looking. And the Huskers, gets him on the third out. And we will go to the bottom of the 7th, coming right up here. And that's how you do it. Looking at this here. Make sure I have all my stats up and correct. Though I'm not sure how many have been left on base anymore. I lost count of that. Okay. Oh, wait. He's not going to be pitching in the next inning. All right. What else is going on here? Athletics continue to have a 3-1 lead on the Yankees. (3-1) lead on the Yankees, and they're currently up right now. Looking at other scores. Reds over the Marlins 6-2. They're in the top of the 10th inning in extras. Cardinals over the Nationals Cardinals are tied with the Nationals 5-5. Dodgers over the Blue Jays 3-1. And the Rangers over the Mariners 3-2. And I forgot. It was audience request. That was quick. Let's see. So, because we must. All right, here we go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if we ever get back, for it's roots for the Huskers. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball game. There you go. You got your request. They're already back. It's 2-0. I'm not sure if it's auto-tune. I just found the first thing on YouTube. So I guess the channel SZABO Music will gets credit for putting that one out. Who knows if he actually sang it or not, but we won't know. Here we go. 2-2 count now to Dylan Carey. Dylan Carey at a 2-2 count now. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Swing. Carey fouls it again. 2-2 still. Baseball still holding on big. Currently still running at 2 hours, over 2.5 hours here for this baseball game. Here's the pitch. Dylan Carey can't get it past the third baseman and will not beat the throw to first. First out gone. So here we go. Miller up for the Huskers. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Here's the pitch. In there for... No, I guess it's a ball. That looked like a strike. Ump is still a little off so far, in my opinion, but I'll leave that up to the other viewer. Here's the pitch to Miller. And pops it up, and the catcher running back to see if he can get it. And doesn't look like he'll get to it. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. 1-1. And Tapper, and picked up by the pitcher, gets it to first. And... that's the second out. Huskers trying to keep this in line. Trying to keep it in line here. Let's see. The pitch. Called strike to Buck, and an 0-2 count now. Oh, 2 count to Buck. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Buck, and they'll have to complete the strikeout. That's the 3 down, 3 up and 3 down for Nebraska. Three up, 3 down for Nebraska. Worthley will come back out to pitch for the Huskers, and we'll go to the top of the 8th. One more moment. Switch laundry. So, we've come back. We have come back. All right, so as we're back here, let's see what we've got. Worthley back out for the Huskers. And the pitch. Swing and a miss by Solis Jr. And Kansas trying to take this to a knockout. (5-3) Kansas over Nebraska here at the top of the 8th. 1-1 call. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss there. That's 1-2. Worthley scratches the leg. Let's see if they can get a couple of other guys. Kansas is kind of lining up at their bullpen. Nikola Jokic. They normally are. They have a pretty decent winning streak right now. They're like 22-6 at the moment. Just an off night tonight, I guess. Here's the pitch, swing, and that's a foul ball again, 1-2 to Solis Jr. Just an off night tonight, I guess. Not sure what's up with that. Here's a pitch, swing, and that one pops foul off the net and goes back. And ball boy runs out, grabs it. I got money on the game, huh? Got money on the game. Well, I hope they win just for my sake, too. Here's the pitch. Swing, and that's another foul. That's going to be 1-2. Staying the same. Worthley, 10 pitches already here in the 8th inning. Here's the pitch from Worthley. And gets it in there for strike 3, and that is out number 1. First out down. And Daiga coming up next for the Kansas Jayhawks. Let's see. Let me get this thing up here. Kansas, where's Nebraska's record? Here's a little hit down into center field now. Running back to the wall and gets it at the track. Up at that corner track. And Huskers grab out number 2. So that's the second out there. See, what's Nebraska's baseball record? I'm trying to remember what it is. I had it earlier in my head. 26-6 are the Huskers at this current time. 2 Big Ten championships in the past couple of years. Here we come to get set here. 1-1 is the count now to Schlodenbach. What the heck's going on with you? So, here we come. The pitch. That's a high ball, and that's going to be 3-1. 3-1 here. Here's the pitch again. And that's low for a ball 4. Kansas gets on base. Worthley allows his first guy to get on base since he was put in during the last inning. Nebraska put 2 up early, and then Kansas struck back with 1. Nebraska put that 1 back on the board. Kansas grabbed 2, and then grabbed another 2. So far tonight, not going fully Nebraska's way, as Worthley tries to throw the ball back to try and pick off the first baseman. Nothing doing. 2 outs here in the inning. Jordan Bach up now for the Jays. Here's the pitch. And called strike. Called strike 0-1. And the pickoff attempt at first again. Nothing doing on that one. He'll get back to it on time. Gets back to it on time. And now coming back to this. Throw back to another pickoff attempt to first. Worthily trying to really make sure he gets him. Nothing doing so far. OBS is starting to whine again. Oh well. We'll finish through. Here's the pitch, swing, and it's a high flyer. And into center, grabs that out. And that'll end the inning. So Kansas going to the bottom of the 8th, and after a fly out to center, Nebraska coming up here. Ready to knock this out. Try to get them off here. The Huskers, no runs, no hits in the inning. Grab that one. About to hit 3 hours here with the stream. And we're still middle of the cap. Yeah, just switching out the caps. One that's a little cooler. Should I do the red one? Should I keep the black Nebraska cap on, or should I do the red one? Like are you like a Tennessee Volunteers fan or Tennessee Volunteers, or like a oh, okay, all right, I get it. I got you. Oh, now we're OBS is starting to cry at me. Hang on. All right, now it's starting to go back. All right, so here we go. 1-0 to Josh Overbeek. As here we go. Grounds it out here to second, and that's the first one down for Nebraska. And that's going to be the first out there. No Tennessee Titans fans. Oh. Well, how can that be? Didn't they just redo their logo design and everything? Or something like that, I think. Here's the 0-1, the pitch. In there for a strike that time. That's 0-2. 0-2 to Grego. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that you guys built a new stadium. Just based off of what you've seen, do you like new Nissan Stadium better, or? Has to throw to first to complete the strikeout, and that's going to be a second out of the inning there. That's the second out there. Yeah, well, I mean, they'll only play 9 home games there a year, so yeah, that's probably accurate. At most. Because there ain't no way you guys are making the playoffs. Sorry. I have no faith in Cam Ward, to be honest. Or at least, I don't have faith in Cam Ward with that organization. Oh, man. Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't think anybody thought Will Levis was going to really be much, in all fairness to you guys. What are they doing? They're doing something. So apparently they're having trouble with their pitch counter or something, and this has been slightly delayed or something. Because Brett Stokes is up. They have been not doing anything for the past couple of minutes, I think. Okay, so now they're back. Here's the pitch. That's up top for a ball. 1-0. So, here we go. The pitch. And Stokes fouls it back. That'll be first strike down. 1-1 here. You're in the bottom of the 8th. Huskers down 2. Ray, here we go. The pitch. That's high, and that's going to be ball 2. 2-1 the count thus far. Here we go again. The pitch. And that's a strike somehow, as they called it. Two and two count. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. Going to the top of the ninth here. Nebraska still down 2. This is just, I mean, you're going to lose one every now and then. I get it. You're going to lose one every now and then. I kind of get it. Can't get them every night. Oh my gosh, the Yankees are beating the A's now. You've got to be kidding me. And it's the same score as this. It's 5-3 Yankees. I will say I miss Jim B a lot. And I missed it whenever he streamed and there was an upset. He would put his headphones down like this. Or he would put his mic up. And he would do this. The Isotopes win a game! The Isotopes win a game! The Isotopes win a game! Much like the Simpsons reference. As we get set for the top of the ninth. Oh my gosh. I dare not say what I thought this name was going to be. The pitcher's name is on the screen, and you can see it. Try to not make that a meme. Try to not make that a meme. Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Here we go. Oh, that's why my shit's starting to screw up. It is getting awfully, awfully windy outside. Top of the ninth here. Here's the pitch. That's also outside that pitch, and that's going to make it 2-0. Two-0 count here for Clevenger. The pitch. And that's going to be strike one. Down the hole. 2-1 to Baldridge. Here we go. 2-1, the pitch. Swings and misses. That's going to be 2-2, the count now. Oh, how lovely. The wind is starting to kill my internet. Let's finish the game, though, before you do that. That's a foul ball into the stands. 2-2. Oh, boy. Yeah, OBS is now starting to throw fits. Thank you, OBS. I understand. Okay. So, 2-2. Two and two count. Weather, Nebraska just hates it when I do this. Here we go, 2-2, still on that same batter, and rings him up for strike 3. That's going to be out number 1. Okay, here we go. The pitch to LeBlanc, high for ball 1. And Nebraska trying to keep in this game the way it is. 0-3, the pitch. That's in there for a strike. And no, they're not playing a double header. They're just this single game. The pitch, swing and a miss. That's 2-2. So, yeah, not a double header. What? What do you mean it's glitched? What's about to start? The game, like the betting line say it's about to start? Here's a little fly. And that's the final out there. The Huskers grab the second out. Seriously? Like it says, like the money lines right now. Wow, that's hilarious. Let me see. Don't normally look for these. So, let me see. Nebraska versus Kansas. Money line. If I have Fliff. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have that, so I can't really see it much as I would like to look at it. Kansas got a guy on first now. Not really sure what happened. Must have got a hit somewhere. So, 5-3. Kansas kind of taking the life out of Nebraska here as Clevenger's like trying to keep this up. 2-2 is the count now. Now we're running at 3 hours pretty much at this point for this game. The pitch, and outside, that's going to be 3-2. I'm pretty sure there's a number of games you could probably bet on if you wanted to. So what did they do after? Did people try to place bets in after the change? Now I'm actually curious. Genuinely curious. The pitch, and that's high, and ball 4. And now that's 2 runners on. Oh, I'm betting they did. How many lines? Was it just like one game or was it multiple? Here's the pitch. In there for a strike for Clevenger to Owens. A betting limit of what? Here's the pitch, and that's going to be strike 2 in there. Huskers trying to grab the third and final round of this inning so that way they can try and run back. Here's the pitch, and a wild pitch, and no, the runner will stay at second. Runner looked like he was going to maybe take off for third, but did not actually end up doing that. Come on, Huskers. Let's go. Oh, okay. I thought it was relatively recent, so then again, I probably would have heard about that like on the news or something. Here's the pitch. Another one. Picks it up. That's 2-2. And now I got 2-2 count here. Two and two the count here. The pitch. That goes up high, nearly hit the batter. 3-2 count. Oh boy. Here we go. 3-2 now. Here's Clevenger. The pitch. Swings and misses. He got him. So Nebraska hopefully trying to survive one more inning to try and make this, try and keep this at a minimum. The Huskers down 2. And Will Bolt just got thrown out of the game. Will Bolt just got thrown out of the game. The camera just cut over and Will Bolt just got tossed out. Oh my goodness. I'm not exactly sure. The camera just cut over and the ump had thrown him out. Like, what the heck? Certainly didn't have that on the bingo card. So, Moyer is coming in for Will Bolt having to leave the game. He got tossed. Nebraska hits one deep into left, and the wind blows it off course and goes foul into the Nebraska bullpen. No, 2 are not on. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I forgot to change that. It just started the 9th. Will Bolt got thrown out of the game. I'm not sure why. I think he was arguing with an ump. The camera just cut over to it, so I didn't really see much of it. 0-1 the count. Moyer gets hits the ball, and it goes up to second, and now that is an out. So Ray is pitching now. I keep forgetting to change the names on this, but here we go. Here we go. 5-3 Kansas over Nebraska. One the count now to Worthley. As here we go. The pitch to Worthley. He slices that pop-up and trying to chase it maybe before it can get to the bench, and that one goes foul. So that's 1-1. The count now. Kansas trying to walk away with a win against Nebraska. And their guys are shaking the bullpen, or shaking the dugout. Shaking like the dugout barrier thing. Here's the pitch. That's low. 2 balls. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here we go. 2-1 the count. The pitch to Worthley. Swings. Grounds it. It's a little chopper. Throws it to first. That's the second out, and Nebraska really in danger now. As 2 outs now, and the Huskers won, and Kansas 1 away from beating Nebraska on a Tuesday night. Sanderson up to bat. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Rio Sanderson now trying to finish this off. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That time 0-2. Kansas guys are being a little rowdy and everything. Here's the pitch. Ball on the ground. That's 1-2. Ray trying to finish it off. Here we go. Here's the pitch. Sanderson swings and misses, having to complete the strikeout, throws it to first. Game's over. Kansas has beaten Nebraska 5-3. And Kansas ends Nebraska's 10-game winning streak, putting them on a 26-7, and Kansas improves themselves as well. (23-12), Kansas will move to. And I think that's just about going to do it for us tonight here on 1540. Kansas beats Nebraska. Kansas beats Nebraska 5-3 tonight. Nebraska cannot come back to win it. That'll do it for the night. Have a good one, y'all, and go Big Red. Dadgummit, what's going on?